I don't know what my name is. Society wants you to have a name. It demands that you have a name. You don't have a choice. You don't get to choose if you have a name in this society. Not only that, you have to have 2 names. I have 1 name, and that has caused a tremendous amount of legal and financial issues for me. I can't get a credit card, for instance. All of their systems are automated, so getting a credit card for me is damn near impossible unless I am able to find a place that can work with me person to person and work around their systems for me, and probably break the law in some place so that I can get a credit card. Because you have to have your name on the credit card, but a credit card requires 2 names. It's just how it is. So, kind of archaic, very archaic. And so not only do you have this like social security number that you're given at birth, you don't get to choose that, but they also want a language identifier, a sound. They want you to have 2 sounds, usually your individual sound and your family sound. That's what the names are. And I don't like that system. Most family names were based on what you did as a trade way back in your family lineage. And then most first names were based on how you seemed as a baby, an infant. How you seemed like you would grow up as a baby. So the names are pretty much totally meaningless now, but all names do have meaning. If you look at, if you have a name and you look up what it means, you'll find it. It's usually Gaelic or Latin or Irish or something like that, or Old English. Some of those languages that to most of the world are dead or just entirely dead. From these dead languages, and that's what we call ourselves. That's so important to us, and yet it's entirely meaningless. And I don't like it. I don't want to play around in this system anymore. But I have to. And not only do I have to play around in it, I have to choose 2, because that's how this society works. And I've done the 1 name thing, and let me tell you, this society is very unfriendly to people with 1 name. It is bizarre. I would say it's substantially worse than the unfriendliness you experience when you're transitioning. Tenfold. This society is very, very unfriendly and discriminatory towards people with 1 name. So there are many things I have been unable to do because I only have 1 name. And I'm sure going forward there will be many things I'll be unable to do, and many months of sending messages to people's mailboxes at corporations so that they can fix an issue in their system that prevents me from, for instance, pulling my money out of stock market accounts. Things that everyone takes for granted and things that everyone thinks they're entitled to. I don't get that luxury, and I end up having to wait months for resolutions. This has happened several times. And so it just makes my life worse. And I don't want my life to be worse. It's already pretty bad. So I need 2 names. And I don't know what they are. My birth name seems just as meaningless as any other name. And I know that deep down there's no name that I'm going to be comfortable with, because I don't want a name. I shouldn't have a name, it's a lie. It's me pretending for the rest of myself, or the rest of my life, that's who I am. You know, I call myself this name. I change it legally. Everyone's gonna call me that. Everyone's gonna think that's who I am, but it's not who I am. But that's what we do. And that's what people require of you, especially in society and social groups. You know, if you name yourself something bizarre, like, I don't know, if I name myself like ego death or something, or I don't know, I'm not going to do that, but I'm just saying as a weird example, people would be like, oh, that's a weird name. You're a weird person. And maybe after a while getting to know me, they might be like, okay, I'll respect that and I'll call you death or ego or whatever you want me to call you. And then they'll see it as more of a name than a word when they're referring to me. But they still see it as me. Even though the name literally would imply, like ego death, it would imply like this isn't actually my name. But they're still going to associate that to you, because that's what people do. You know, there's this monk that I watch sometimes on YouTube, and his name is Yutadamo Bhikkhu. Yutadamo Bhikkhu. I do like the last name Bhikkhu. It sounds very cute. But it actually means monk. Bhikkhu means monk. Or something similar to monk. In Pali, I think. Could be something else. It might not be Pali, it might be like, I don't know, some other language, I don't know. So, yeah, he names, and Yutadamo, I think Dhamma means truth or path or reality or something. So, Yutadamo Bhikkhu, it's like, that's like what he does. You know, he is a monk, and he's trying to live in reality. So I think that's a decent name, and he probably realizes that isn't his real name. And, you know, it's a better name than say if he was like called like John Smith or something, you know, John Smith the monk. But it's just the same. It's all the same, really, isn't it? It's just sounds. But I think I like the fact that he chose to call himself monk, basically. He called himself what he is doing. And I can't really do that yet, anyway, because I don't do anything. And even if I did, it would change from time to time. So even if I called myself like something that I was doing, that would change, and then I would want to change my name. So I don't like names anymore, or even being alive, or anything. Just trying to see myself not femininely, because I got a little feminine there and I don't like that. I just look very estrogenized. So I have to figure out a name. 2 names. fucking annoying. I hate pretending. I hate lying. So that's how it feels. I'm thinking about that movie Idiocracy, where he names himself Not Sure. That's good. I quite like that. It's actually perfect. I was thinking one syllable for the first and last, one syllable each. Not Sure is not a bad name. But I want something a little more definitive. I want something... If I have to have it, I'd rather it be something than... ambivalency, I guess. Although that is how I feel. So I don't know. I need to construct a name. Gotta do it. So I guess that's what I'll do. Yeah, just thought I'd make this because it's kind of bothering me. And since this is my next issue I need to work on, I guess. Undo all that work. That's what I'm doing. Alright.